My fellow compassionate capitalists, Steve and Katherine here today, and we have one of Katherine's horses as a prop. Why? Because I'm not allowed to put up my Western collection. Our house is too small. We need a bigger house. So if I have some fake tears, will you help me out with this? We can make more money, more investments, and then I can get a bigger house. It's a win-win for everyone. So Katherine's going to talk a little bit about her horse later on. We'll feed him. No, he doesn't want it. That's fine. I'll have some for myself. Hey, anyways, what does this have to do with anything? I don't know. It's up to Katherine to make that a flawless segue. However, today, April 22nd, 1889, at high noon, the cannons were shot, signaling that anyone who wanted land in Oklahoma could have it. Yes, today is the beginning of the Oklahoma. We're changing states' names now. The Oklahoma land rush. Of course, Oklahoma was a complete and total wasteland at first, as far as we were concerned. And, you know, the Native Americans had a lot of land that we thought, hey, we can probably take better care of it. Let's go ahead, and we've got bigger guns and more money. Let's force them off into Oklahoma. Oklahoma was an Indian reservation, a Native American reservation, for those of you who are going to be offended easily. However, once farming techniques had improved, we realized that, hey, Oklahoma might make a good, some good farmland. Let's go ahead and move the Native Americans again to other reservations, which we did very well. With this, we had a whole bunch of land that needed to be settled. So President Benjamin Harrison allocated for more than 2 million acres to be settled. All you had to do was to make your claim. You rushed to the land that you wanted and go ahead and stake it off, and it could be yours. Now, obviously, there were some who, well, quite a bit, about 70,000 people did it the right way. However, you had some people that may have gotten there a little bit early the night before or so, snuck in behind the lines, and that is what they call a Sooner. So if you ever want to know how come, what are the Oklahoma Sooners? It's those who broke past the lines and claimed land too early. This caused a lot of problems when it came to claims, because the Sooners were there, technically, but they jumped the gun. The courts had to take care of that via a lottery system. By 1905, white people, if you will, had successfully taken over all the good land in Oklahoma. And of course, by then it would be ripe for statehood, which it did in 1907, just 2 years later. Now, in order to make a flawless segue and to save this train wreck, while I have some more horse food back here with Katherine's horse, I'm sure she'll give you the name, and to make that segue into what is happening today, the land rush that, quite frankly, we're Sooners on, is Katherine. Take it away.
So as you know, if you've been following us, you understand that what we do is we invest in notes. And what does that mean? Our whole philosophy is that we leave every person, property, and community better than we found them. And as Steve likes to say, we're the sentinels of the American dream. What is the American dream? It's to own your own home and really create and build for you and your family. And given what's been happening inside of the economy and COVID and everything, some people have gotten behind on their mortgages for no fault of their own, and trying to get back on track so they can stay in their home, the land that they've claimed, so to speak. And so what we do is banks are in the lending business. They are not in the real estate business. What does that mean? It means that they are there to lend money. They are not actually set up to work with these people with this sense of real estate and get them back on track in that sense. So what we do is we help the banks by going in and purchasing these what's called non-performing notes, people that haven't been paying their mortgages. We purchase those non-performing notes, which now frees up the banks, their ratio of lending, so they can actually lend out more money. Then we, because we've been in real estate for well over 20 years, our team goes to work and we work with these families to be able to restructure their loans and get them back on track and get them paying so that they actually can stay in their homes, the land that they've so-called claimed. And so
this is the heart of compassionate capitalism. like I said, we're taking the lessons of the past of what the government has done, some of the riding roughshod and taking away people's rights. Even though I joke a lot, I'm being sarcastic in many of my videos. And so we're doing it the right way. We're doing it the compassionate capitalist way. And so go ahead and...
Yeah, and so what we do is it's a win for the bank, it's a win for the homeowner, and we invite investors to come play with us. So when our investors come in, it's one investor per note so that their money is secured by the note. And so that it becomes a win-win for the banks, the borrowers, the investors, our economy. We get these notes performing, usually 18 to 36 months. We package them up and we sell them off to another fund or REIT or, whatever. So that's how we're continuing to, again, leave every person, property, and community better than we found them. And of course, the economy as a whole. So
it's important, just real quick, about the one investor per note, so it's backed. There's a, excuse me, I shouldn't have eaten my horse peanuts. There's a difference between being a calculated risk taker and being a gambler. And so we are calculated risk takers, following the spirit of our forefathers who, if they were able to be provided with the resources, the land, they just wanted to make their dream come true, to raise their family the way they see fit, to work with their hands, to reap the rewards of their labor. And that is ultimately the American dream, and that is the dream that we are being sentinels of.
Yeah. So what I love about this story about Oklahoma is they came for the American dream. And we still have people today living out the American dream and wanting to fully experience that American dream. So if you are interested in becoming a compassionate capitalist with us, please click the link below to learn more about becoming a potential funding partner. You can also sign up for our newsletters. Make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube page, Facebook page, LinkedIn page, all those pages.
There's a lot of pages.
Make sure that I'd love to hear your comments on what you're doing as a compassionate capitalist, to continue forwarding the economy and leaving every person, property, and community better than you found them. So with that, we thank you for watching, and may you never awake from the American dream.